The New York Knicks haven't won an NBA title since 1973. But basketball anti-heroes are spawned in Midtown Manhattan. Larry Bird and Michael Jordan riled up the city at the peak of their powers. Reggie Miller and Alonzo Mourning became public enemies in the 1990s. Today's principal antagonist to the New York crowd may be a bit smaller, 6'1", 165 pounds, but he is no less loathed. Trae Young leads the 13-12 Atlanta Hawks into an NBA Cup elimination game Wednesday night. The Knicks, 15-9, are favored to win, but their audience will undoubtedly be on edge until the final whistle. These Knicks can hoop with the best of them. They are first in offensive rating and 7th in points per game despite playing with one of the NBA's slowest paces. All 5 starters average at least 13.9 points per game, and both Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns are topping 25. Among two-man duos that have played at least 10 games together, Brunson and Cameron Payne are 4th in all of basketball for offensive rating. And OG Anunoby is shining in New York. He's still an absolute terror in passing lanes, averaging 2.6 steals across his last 5 games, but now teases heat check potential when the Knicks need another option. The Hawks are a lot of fun right now. They play with the league's 3rd fastest pace. They beat the East's most formidable teams, the Cleveland Cavaliers and Boston Celtics, to win their stacked in-season tournament group. And, the Great Barrier Thief, is the best nickname in basketball. Dyson Daniels looks like an ideal backcourt pairing for Trae Young, covering for the latter's defensive deficiencies with a league-leading 3.2 swipes per game. Young has had an off year shooting the ball but is on pace to average the most assists since John Stockton in 1994-95. The bad, New York continues to drop winnable games. They've lost to the Detroit Pistons, Chicago Bulls, Indiana Pacers and Utah Jazz, and are 3rd worst in defending shots from 20 to 24 feet. The defense has looked a step off all year as it integrates Towns and Mikal Bridges. And we're all quite familiar with this refrain, but Tom Thibodeau is once again squeezing as much as he can from the Knicks' starting 5. Getting Precious Achiuwa back from a hamstring injury should lengthen the rotation, and Mitchell Robinson's eventual return will help as well. But it's fair to be worried about the workload here. The weird, is Zachary Risseker the least talked about top pick in modern history? Anthony Bennett is surely in that conversation, but at least he earned ignominy and was a central piece of the trade that brought Kevin Love to Cleveland. Risseker is just there. Admittedly, he's only 19 years old and has put up double-digit scoring in his last 7 games. In the Athletics' first edition of rookie rankings, Risseker slotted in at No. 6. Adding to the weirdness is that he has had one eye-popping game this year, against these Knicks. He put up 33 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals and 2 blocks in a win over New York on November 6. Wildest moment, what else could it be? May 23, 2021, Trae Young hit the game-winning floater with less than 1 second to play, spoiling New York's first playoff game in almost a decade. A Reggie Miller-esque villain was thus born at Madison Square Garden. From the New York Times Soap and Deb, Young then added insult to injury by using his finger to shush the crowd, a good portion of which had been sending profane chants his way for much of the game.